Okay, hi guys, welcome back to Yasmin Collects and welcome if you are new. I hope you're having an amazing day whenever you get a chance to watch this video. Today I am beside myself with excitement, as I often am on this channel. So my most recent video, in case you missed it, was exploring and using and setting up a brand new home computer that I purchased off of Facebook Marketplace. It is an HP Pavilion that natively runs Windows Vista. It's from 2006, and today we're going to be installing another operating system onto it. It's going to be Windows XP Home Edition. This is Service Pack 2. I am going to be dual booting this machine, so I'm keeping the original installation of Windows Vista. We're just going to be adding Windows XP on top of that, so I have two different options. We have more than enough RAM and hard drive space in order to do this, and I figured it would be really fun for us to do it together. This is a brand new copy of Windows XP. It's literally still in the crunchy little plastic. I don't know if this was a repackage because the sticker itself is actually on the box, and sometimes people like to do this where they'll repackage things with this old plastic wrap, especially on eBay, which is where I purchased it. But I got it for $40, which I'm not mad at it. I tried to match my eye makeup and like my whole makeup look today based off of Windows XP. I'm gonna get a little bit nostalgic for a second before we start up with actually doing the installation and exploring the OS. So if you don't want to hear me get all nostalgic, that's totally fine. I timestamp my videos, so you can just go to the timestamp where I'm actually installing the operating system. In case you're still here, I will say Windows XP was the first operating system that I ever interacted with. My family had a Dell Optiplex computer that sadly died. I have so many glorious memories with Windows XP. I'm pretty sure that I did use Windows 2000 at school, but it was very, very rare and limited. It was just kind of in the computer lab, and I was also in the first or second grade. But I do remember even at a young age being very, very fascinated with computers, fascinated with OSs, and just kind of the way things worked. I never really got a chance to get too into it because it wasn't really something that I was encouraged to do growing up, and I've talked about this before in a Q&A video as well. But I loved that Windows XP computer, and my goodness, that thing got ran into the ground. Like I said, it was an Optiplex. My mother was going to school to get a degree in interior design, so she was using some pretty hefty programs on that computer like AutoCAD and Photoshop and all of that stuff, and I remember the computer struggling big time, and it definitely didn't have the specs to actually be able to withstand that. I also had, we had 4 different accounts on it, so we had like my mom's account, my dad's, my sister's, and mine, and I remember just being very, very dedicated to making a cool theme and installing all of the plugins that I possibly could. I also made Club Penguin music videos, which I actually found my old YouTube channel the other day. I'll put like a little screenshot up here because it's really funny and cute. There's tons of typos in my video, but in my videos from that old channel, I was like a child at the time, like 10, 11 years old. And I remember just loving using the operating system. I would get these weird free trial demos of Sony Vegas and all these different video editing softwares to try to make these music videos, and I just thought I was the bee's knees. So it's kind of not surprising to me now that I ended up being a retro tech YouTuber because this is something that I just really, really enjoy, and I mean, content creation in general is very fun for me. So yes, I'm very nostalgic. I was also so sad because that computer just kind of died out of nowhere, and I remember as a child, because I did not have the greatest childhood. I've mentioned this before on my channel. I did not have the most safe reality, so going online and playing with the computer was really a good way for me to escape from a lot of the stuff that I was going through. And I remember personally feeling responsible that the computer broke, and I just felt like it was completely my fault, even though in hindsight it was probably all of those heavy programs my mom was using. And then also Dell Optiplexes have a really, really unfortunate thing. It's notorious that they are capacitor plagued, and their capacitors tend to just kind of go really early on. It pretty much happened with like every single model, so that's probably what happened to our computer. If not, there was like a string of other issues with them. So the point that I'm trying to make is that this is making up for lost time, and also I get to kind of reclaim my experience with this OS because This has been a long time in the making. I've been looking for a computer to handle this OS for a long, long time. I have to get personal for a second. Windows XP is very, very important to me, and that is why I got all jazzed up for this video, and I'm filming this extra little intro before we actually get into it. So, okay, I am going to do this. I'm going to unbox this. We're gonna rip off the plastic and just kind of go over it. I never got to do this before. The computer that I had just kind of came with Windows XP preloaded on it. I have no idea what version it was, but this is the 32-bit home edition, and like I said, it's Service Pack 2. So I'm really, really excited, and yeah, I think it's gonna be great. The only thing is that I'm just now noticing this, it does say upgrade here. I think like the sticker is covering it, so I'm hoping that I don't have a problem just kind of installing this blank. It should be fine, but if we run into issues, then we will deal with them together as we always do on Yasmin Collects. I am not the most computer savvy. This is something that, like I mentioned, I've always been interested in, but I'm only just now indulging that interest, and I don't think there's anything wrong with being new or not knowing everything, but it's kind of just fun to do it on YouTube and explore with you guys. So yeah, something's probably going to go wrong, but we'll deal with it together, and let's get into the unboxing, and then we can install this OS on my HP Pavilion. Alrighty, so here is our brand new box for Windows XP Home Edition. We can see the sticker here. I'm pretty sure this is an Office Depot sticker, but this is the upgrade version. It was produced, or at least priced, on August 24th, 2006, which is actually pretty period accurate with this Vista machine that was manufactured at some point in November 2006. So again, this is the upgrade edition. There is a really good chance that I screwed this up because it says right here that the program will search your hard disk and or CD to confirm your eligibility for this upgrade, making sure you're a licensed user of one of the following products. Obviously, Windows Vista came out after Windows XP, so I'm hoping that that means absolutely nothing and we'll be fine. I know that's probably not the case, but let's just hope and pray. So here's the back. It's really cool. Just has a little screen grab of what you can expect with this operating system. I haven't used this operating system in, oh lordy, it's been several years, well over a decade. So I'm quite excited about this. See, this is the kind of thing that I get worried about when it comes to eBay, and admittedly I'm quite new to this, so I think I probably just got screwed, but if this is a new copy, this would not be flipped up like that. So that's a little bit concerning. This is also really interesting. This is a product recovery CD-ROM for an IBM ThinkPad A21M. Distribution only with a new PC. This CD-ROM contains Microsoft software for backup purposes only. Okay, so this includes Windows 98 bootable. Okay, this is really interesting. So I might be able to use this for the upgrade. So we might have to backtrack even further and install Windows 98 on this, which would be really cool because I've never used Windows 98. Although this is going to get confusing very easily when it comes to partitioning and things like that because I am a little bit newer to this, but that's really, really interesting. Maybe the seller was trying to prevent me screwing myself by by purchasing a recovery or an upgrade disc when it's 2024 and it's highly unlikely, if not near impossible, for someone actually upgrading from Windows 98. So actually I was gonna be shady, but shout out to this seller for including this recovery disc. I'm assuming this was purposeful. Hopefully this can save us in case we've got some issues. We have the experience. Welcome to Windows XP. Introducing Windows XP Home Edition, the smartest Windows ever, with capabilities that put you in charge. Make your experience your own. So we have a bunch of little papers and pamphlets. We've got our start here, explore, discover. So there's all kinds of cool things to take a look at here. It's very nice. It's laminated. This is version 2002. Just some more stuffs and a little bit about how to use Windows XP. And let's see, I think this is just for getting ready and doing this properly. So we've got all of that, and then of course we open this up once more and we have the beautiful Windows XP installation disc. Beautiful disc that does not look new at all. You can see some of that going on, and we have this gorgeous disc with all these cool little reflective thingies and whatnot, and it's very fun, very unique. It really was quite the experience when you were doing this back in the day. It's not like now where everything is digital. You have so many cool features.
Hi everyone, it's Yasmin Collects from the future, here to give you all of the information that is going to take way too long to chronicle in this video. I'm going to speed up all these clips and explain to you where we are and how we end up where we need to go. Genuinely impressive how excited and wrong I am at the same time in this video. If you know anything about operating systems and downgrading and upgrading, then you've probably already clocked several errors in my optimistic intro. Let me just briefly go over some of the mistakes that I've made here. So first of all, this computer came with Windows Vista. We're trying to get to Windows XP. That is not going to work, even if I had a brand new fresh copy, which here we do have an upgrade disk, but that's not going to work. You can't upgrade from an older operating system. Windows does not want you to do that. So that's a problem. Second of all, the recovery disk that they shared with me is for a ThinkPad. We are working with an HP Pavilion of a completely different era. We are talking several years, if not, I think it's like a decade of difference between that ThinkPad running Windows 98 and my HP Pavilion. So under no circumstances was this disk ever going to work. As you can see here, it does not end up taking the disk, and I get pretty confused at this point. Also, I mentioned in this intro that I planned to dual boot this machine with Vista and XP. However, again, we're going to run into issues because we need to start with the older operating system here, which would be Windows XP. Another issue that I failed to mention in this intro, mostly because I'm really embarrassed that I made this mistake. When I first got this Pavilion, it had a partition on the hard drive that said recovery. I think it was recovery is what it said. It was either recovery or storage or some sort of partition that was completely full. I thought that partition, and I'm telling you this also because please do not make the same mistake that I did. I thought that recovery partition was something that the previous seller created, so I was worried that their personal data and information was loaded onto this PC. Actually, what that was is basically your virtual recovery boot disk, because at this point in computing, we are not getting physical boot disks, at least not for this particular HP. I scoured the internet up and down for weeks on end looking for the recovery disk for this Windows Vista machine, because now I deleted the recovery. So now I can't factory reset it. I can't create a recovery disk on my own, like burnable medium or whatever, because I deleted that partition. So that was a huge, huge mistake. And so I realized, all right, we're not going to be able to get back to Vista. Also, based off a lot of your comments from this original HP Pavilion video, the specs on this tower are not really good enough for Vista anyways. We are like just slightly above the minimum requirements for Vista, which I think is why this PC was so slow. So what I ended up doing instead is getting rid of the operating system on the computer completely. So I wiped Vista, I removed it, and I decided that we are going to go with Windows 2000 Professional. I am going to be back here to chronicle some more important information that is left out in the recorded part of this video, but just for your purposes, I ended up wiping all hard drive partitions and did a fresh install of Windows 2000 Professional. I burned an ISO file from a website whose name is slipping my mind, but I'll put it on the screen here because I was a little bit nervous about using Internet Archive and those ISO files because you don't really know what you're downloading there. Some people are comfortable, but I'm just not advanced enough to determine what's safe and what isn't, so I didn't do that. But this website was great. It only had operating systems up to Windows 2000 Professional, though. I don't think that it has Windows Me either. So if you want OSs anywhere from 2000 and back all the way to 3.1, it's a great resource. It took me several tries to get this installed also. I got black screens halfway through. I had issues with booting. I had to adjust a couple things in the BIOS, and now we have a very bare bones, almost driverless copy of Windows 2000. We don't even have the startup sound. And now we can hopefully get started with the whole reason why I started this video, which is to get to Windows XP. Oh God, I hope that makes sense.
No, we're so close. Oh, it's gotta be the display drivers. All right, we are here finally getting to do the main purpose of this video. We have a very bare bones and borderline driverless download of Windows 2000 Professional. Grab the little disk in this wonderful folder here, and we are going to hope and pray that this is the beginning of the end of our challenging journey. Here's our beautiful disk. I'm just gonna pop it open. Hopefully there's enough drivers in here that it even identifies that I inserted a disk, because that could be a problem.
In case you're wondering, I've yet to realize that I'm trying to upgrade from a professional operating system to a home operating system. So we're just gonna let me go through this. It's a Canon event. Can't interfere now.
So I think it's a driver issue because I hear the disk spinning, and I've literally never had a problem with this computer disk. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna shut down, and I'm gonna try to upgrade from I'm gonna try to boot the disk, boot into the disk, and upgrade that way. Is it F8? Something's telling me no. Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's see. None of this is what I want, so let's just boot back into it, and gonna have to find some drivers. I just thrifted this today. This lighting is horrible, but I got 2 discs of Microsoft Encarta. I have Encarta 97 and 98. It's an encyclopedia program. It's designed for Windows 95, but I wonder if the disk drive will recognize this. Okay, see, it catches that one. There it is. Encyclopedia. And it's running. Okay, well, we're going to exit setup, yes, because this is not what we're doing right now. Okay. So that means it is the disk, which sucks even more because this is the only disc that we have to get to XP. It literally just doesn't want to take this. I don't like the other discs work. Oh no. It's because the software will install only. Oh my God. It will install only if you are using one of the following: Windows 98, Windows 98 Second Edition, or Windows Millennium Edition. So this means it's not going to, oh my gosh, that makes perfect sense. It's not going to go from a professional operating system to a home edition operating system. That's not how computers work, or at least that's not how Microsoft operating systems work. Why I didn't know this? I mean, I did, but I guess I just didn't understand in practice. So what we're gonna have to do, break time again. I'm going to install Windows 98. I am not going to install me because I don't hate myself. The only thing that really sucks now though is that, so I made an ISO file for Windows 2000 Professional. I burned it onto a disk. I was able to extract all of the info from the ISO file onto the computer because Windows Windows Vista had a program already auto-installed that did all the hard work for me. But now, and honestly, like I thought this to myself, I thought, you know what, Yasmin, you should just go to winworld.com, which is where I got my ISOs. I am not recommending that you use ISOs at all because I don't want to be liable for you accidentally downloading malware onto your computer. So, you know, use at your own risk, but WinWorld is pretty reliable. But once again, I am just a person on the internet, so don't listen to me. I thought to myself, you know what, Yasmin, you should just download all of the operating systems, burn them now because you have the software, like just get it out of the way. And I didn't do that because I'm a big dummy.
Spoiler alert, I was not able to successfully get Windows 98 installed on this computer. I would need to completely get rid of Professional, which was for some reason not happening. And the disk was just, I don't even remember, honestly, because this was weeks ago. Weeks ago I did this, and I spent well over 2.5 weeks with this whole process. So this 20 minutes of footage that I've condensed down for y'all was like several days. It was getting to a point where it was stressing me out, giving me genuine anxiety because I had screwed this up so bad. So instead, I decided to do this.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to speak with you again. Okay. I've been filming this video for over 2 weeks now, so I genuinely don't even know what's happening, what clip's gone with where. I haven't imported any of the footage yet, but I purchased a copy of Windows XP Professional. This is once again Service Pack 2 because I am very dedicated to making this happen at this point, okay? Just for my own sick satisfaction, this has to happen. Obviously, this is not a new copy. I purchased this on Mercari. It was literally like the only listing of Professional, and it's pretty beat up, and the seller actually had all of the product keys listed in the picture. Like they had written it down, handwritten it on a piece of paper, which I do currently have with me. They also sent it with me. And to save us the heartache, I have tested this disc before I turned the camera on to film. So we are actually able to pull up the installation. I haven't gone all the way through with the installation, obviously, because I wanted to do that here on camera, but hopefully the reign of terror that this operating system has put me through is almost over. I just popped the disc in and here we go. Welcome to Microsoft Windows XP. What do you want to do? First of all, it looks really bizarro. I don't know if it's supposed to look this way, but I feel like especially this exit button here doesn't look very good. Maybe there's some drivers that are missing. I'm sure there probably are, but we're gonna hit install Windows XP. I hear the disk is spinning, so that is hopefully a good sign. Okay. Something else that I was a little bit concerned about with this, and I'm just learning that there are so many different versions of Windows in terms of how upgrading goes. I did notice that it says here for PCs with Windows 95 or earlier, or PCs without Windows. This is a PC with Windows 2000 on it, as you guys know, so it doesn't fit that criteria. There's no Windows 95 on here, and there's obviously an operating system on here. So I was concerned that that was going to be a problem, but it looks like it shouldn't be. Choose this option to automatically upgrading, preserve, and install this program, blah, 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 during setup. It is normal. Okay, upgrade. Maybe, do I want to do a new installation? Ooh, separate disk or partition. So I could, in theory, have Windows 2000 and Windows XP. I don't really like 2000 is very basic. There's not really anything cool with 2000. Let's just do the upgrade. Yes, I do indeed. Oh, yes, I accept. Product key. Hopefully this is okay because, like I said, this is a product key that's been definitely for sure used. Looks like we're good. It's accepted what we offered it. Let's see here. Some setup files might have been updated since you purchased your copy of Windows. Make sure you have updated files. Setup can also use your internet connection. We are going to skip that because we're not connecting to the internet. And it looks like it is preparing the installation. It's copying the files here, and I can hear the disk spinning and spinning away. Don't think we're gonna have any sound drivers either, which really sucks because I would love to natively hear the Windows XP installation music. So looks like it is restarting the computer, and setup will complete in approximately 51 minutes. Camera looks really bad. I can't turn the lights off at this point though because I'm afraid I'll miss something. I'll be right here if you need me. This little comforting question mark right here. All right. Welcome to Microsoft Windows. Thank you for purchasing Microsoft Windows XP off of Mercari. let's spend a few minutes setting up your computer, all right? Automatic updates. I'm gonna say recommended, even though we're not gonna connect to the internet, so that's not really relevant. Oh, that's it. All right, we didn't have much to do there. Okay. Great. We're here. So we have our old, this was very anticlimactic because I really thought that we were going to get a startup sound, but we haven't. Is my thingy plugged in? I think it's called a subwoofer. Is that what you guys told me in the comments that it's called? Is it plugged in? Like, yes. Okay, is it plugged into the computer? Yes. Is it plugged into the right thing? Because I'm not hearing sound. In fact, you know what? Let's not move the tower. Let's do some settings, because the vision I had in my head was that it was gonna like do the startup sound and I was gonna like yell and get really excited, but that didn't happen. So let's do wow, it's been a long time since I've used this. Media player, yes. Okay, do we have something in documents? My music, do we have anything? Okay, sample music, great. Cannot play the file because there's a problem with your sound device. Okay, yeah, so we're lacking. Okay, we're lacking sound drivers, so that's kind of anticlimactic. So what I am going to do is turn off the camera again, and I'm going to try to install some sound drivers, and then we can get a really fun startup sound, and it will be more satisfying than what this just was.
I mentioned several times that I don't want to connect this to the internet, but we do end up doing that using Legacy Update. It's a really awesome resource for older operating systems to get your updates downloaded. I did this directly through an Ethernet cable, so not using Wi-Fi, since that is the riskiest way to go about this. Obviously, if you're not comfortable connecting to the internet, that's totally fine, but I decided that was the best decision because we are indeed missing a significant amount of drivers. And I don't mention this, but one of the most important ones that we're missing is the actual driver to connect to the internet. So this next clip is me explaining why I'm opening the PC, and that's because we can't connect in order to do Legacy Update.
Alrighty, it's the next day. I am re-dyeing my hair. I am opening up my Pavilion to see what driver we have for internet, and the reason being is that I want to use Legacy Update to install all of the necessary drivers for Windows XP. Legacy Update is an awesome resource. I used it on my ThinkPad that runs Windows 7. I had no problems connecting the ThinkPad to the internet though. This one I've been having issues with, and I think it's because I'm lacking the driver for whatever internet card is in here. Also, yes, I am well aware that connecting your Windows XP PC to the internet is a massive risk. I am well aware of that. I also saw that video from some ordinary gamer about some other person getting a bunch of viruses on XP. I just want you guys to know that that person disabled their firewall, like completely disabled their firewall, and was pretty much doing whatever they could to be infected with the virus. So I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but I am saying that they were kind of, it's a little clickbaity, you know. I was able to find the drivers, so this was very confusing to me, and I actually kind of got roped into
at first trying to download third-party software, which I'm learning is not really necessary and can kind of end up virusing up your computer. So did away with all of that. I did a fresh install of Windows XP, so not on top of Windows 2000. So this is a whole new install. And then, like I said, I used the interior of the machine to determine the specs, and yeah, we'll download this too, why not? And now I'm downloading the drivers, and we have Ethernet down here, so I think I should be able to use Legacy Update. I still have a couple other drivers in here that I want to install, but it's getting a little bit easier, which I am grateful for. We have my Franken Ethernet cable, and once I got the motherboard driver going, it connected directly to the internet, which is kind of concerning because I definitely have a Wi-Fi password, but I guess when you plug it in directly, it doesn't need it. I'm showing my age, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, Legacy Update is doing what it needs to do. I'm assuming that this is gonna go on for a really long time because we're missing quite a few drivers. So hopefully the next clip you see is a startup and a shutdown sound, because really that is all that I want right now. We're here, you guys. It's finally done. Windows XP Professional installed on the HP Pavilion A1700N. This has taken me over 2 weeks at this point. So much trial and error, but I hope that the torture was worth it. It definitely was to me because I learned so much. And now here we are. I used Legacy Update to get most of the updates. I didn't finish it though. Like really all I wanted was the proper sound drivers, which I got. I wanted the startup sound. That's really like all I was worried about. So yeah, let's explore the OS now that we're actually here and it's not just me trying to figure things out. Yes, no antivirus. And oh my gosh, it also has the proper time. So maybe the CMOS is still doing good, because now that I've ran these updates, we actually have the proper time, which is 4:10 p.m. on a Tuesday. All right, tour Windows XP.
Welcome to Windows XP from Microsoft, the new version of Windows that brings your PC to life. Experience the best. Experience Windows XP. Best for business. Windows XP Professional shines as a business operating system. Get more work done faster, easier, anytime, anywhere. Safe and easy personal computing. Thanks to Windows XP, personal computing just got a... To begin the tour, click any selection.
All right, just a little bit of that because lest we forget, this is the professional edition of the operating system because of our whole Windows 2000 debacle. But honestly, I think it's fine. It's probably better to have professional. So let's see what we can play with. Of course, we've got to do a game of solitaire because it's a requirement. We also have settings. I used to always want to change the deck one to this one, the SpongeBob oceany kind of theme. I always love that one the best. Sometimes these speakers, ooh, what happened here? Sometimes these speakers buzz a little bit. I'm not really sure. Ooh, MSN. Yes, I accidentally clicked on that. I don't really know what the buzzing is for because it wasn't buzzing before. I'm not really super worried about it though because I'm going to get actual speakers at some point, probably actually much sooner than I think. Let's do Microsoft Paint. Ugh. Oh, clicked it out of it. I miss Microsoft Paint. All right, here we go. Let's make the background. Actually, let's make it pink, and let's do a text. Welcome to Yasmin Collects. Wow, and it's also in pink font. That's, oh, hello? All right. What else do we have? Oh, we've got pinball. Where's pinball? Crunchy audio. I don't remember how to play this. Oh, it's the space bar. What do I hit? What do I hit? It's just sitting there. Oh. Alright. So that's glorious. What else do we have? WordPad. I gotta get, I need to get Office installed on here so I can do some journaling. That's really my main intentions with having an older PC. Let's see what we can do with our themes. Change the computer theme. What do we got? Windows XP, Windows Classic. I feel like there's more than that. No, there's probably some ones that I can download. Let's see what we've got. Bliss. This one was my dad's favorite. Coffee Bean. I really like the fall one. The, oh, this one's cool. I've never seen this one. I don't remember seeing that one. That's like Grandma's house. Oh, Star, very Y2K. Oh, very cute. Windows XP Professional. I just have to keep mine classic to the Bliss. It has to be Bliss. I just can't change it. Let's see what screensavers we've got. Plain old Windows XP. 3D box. Flying. The pipes was always one that I liked a lot. 3D text. We could do Yasmin Collects. Windows XP. Starfield. I think we're going to do Starfield. Starfield's like the best. Yeah, that one is super cool. So we'll do that. And yeah, that is pretty much it for now. I have a ton of PC games and stuff that I've just been like accumulating even before I knew I was going to have a retro PC. So stay tuned for a ton more videos. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel, Yasmin Collects. Thank you so much for watching this video, for supporting me on YouTube, and your comments always mean the world to me. I will see you in the next one. Bye!